Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Mr. Mahdi. So I am Kunur Asma binti Muhammad Saad. So today I'm going to present the case of teacher absenteeism and the violation of student rights. This is a case from SMK Taung Gusi, Sabah. Okay. First of all, I would like to talk about the Malaysian education. So here, teachers plays a very critical role in shaping the future of the students, not only through academic teaching, but also by being ethical role models. So, the Malaysian Code of Ethics for Teachers ensures that teachers uphold professionalism, accountability, and commitment to their students' welfare. However, when teachers fail to adhere to these standards, teacher absenteeism becomes a very significant issue. These disruptions affect students' right to an uninterrupted and quality education and can lead to emotional distress and academic setbacks. So, in this presentation, I'm going to explain the impact of teacher absenteeism through the SMK Taun Gusi case, where the teacher was absent for 7 months, resulting in lawsuit by former students. So this case highlights the violations of students' rights and the serious consequences of unprofessional behavior in the teaching profession. What happened in this case? The incident happened in 2017, but the court decision in 2023. The English teacher was absent for 7 months, so the 3 students sued the teacher and they won the outcome, and the court awarded them, the student, 150,000 for the damage. And the principal and also the government need to hold the responsibility for what happened to the students. In this case, there are 4 issues that we can identify. First, negligence and derelictions of duty, infringement of students' right to education, failure in school leadership and monitoring, and the final one is emotional and academic impact on students. So these are the key issues that we can identify in this case. We are moving on to the Malaysian Code of Ethics for Teachers. So the Malaysian Code of Ethics for Teachers are the professional guidelines and moral principles that govern the conduct, responsibilities, and professionalism of teachers in Malaysia. So, it is also can uphold the dignity of the teaching professionalism and promote a high standard of ethical behavior, especially among educators. Okay, so what are the core principles of the code? First, we have professionalism, integrity and honesty, confidentiality, and also respect and fairness. So as a teacher, they need to be professional. They must perform their duties with discipline, with dedication, and also they must have the responsibility, because the teacher are expected to and teachers are expected to continuously to improve their knowledge, skills, and teaching practices. Okay, next, integrity and honesty. So for me, teachers, they must be honest and sincere, and try to avoid any form of dishonesty, corruption, or any misconduct. Next, confidentiality. So as a teacher, they must respect the privacy of the student, parents, and colleague by keeping sensitive information confidential. Next, respect and fairness. So as a teacher, we must treat our student, our colleague, and also the community fairly, with respect, regardless of what are the regardless of their races, religions, background, or their ability. Next, loyalty to the nation and profession. So, as a teacher, they must support and uphold national policies, laws, and the goals of the education system, and acting as role models in the society. According to a study by Salmi Abdul Patah and Yusuf Poon, published in the Journal of Education and Teaching under the topic Issues and Trends of Teacher Professionalism in Malaysian Education, Kedah has recorded a staggering 34 cases of teacher absenteeism. Okay, so this is one of alarming concerns that we have to take a note. To put this into perspective, these 34 cases made up 85% of the total 40 cases reported nationwide by the Education Service Commission (SPP) in that year. So this figure highlights a very serious concentration of absenteeism. This is just in one state. What about the other state? So it's raising critical questions about the school management, the teacher accountability, and the enforcement of professional ethics within the education system. This high percentage of Kedah is not only undermines the quality of education delivered to students in the affected school, but also reflect negatively on the broader professional standard expected of educators. So we have to think that these things, this is need to be concerned, and it's very urgent needs for the system to system interventions in order to address the root causes of absenteeism among the educators or teachers. So we have to look at it. What are the factors? Maybe it's related to stress, lack of motivation, ineffective monitoring, or also poor working conditions. The journal by Salmi Abdul Patah and Yusuf Poon, titled Issues and Trends of Teacher Professionalism for Malaysian Education. So teachers are as the role models. So teachers are expected to uphold high professional and ethical standards at all times. So the accountability is for the student and also the public. So teachers must be accountable for their actions, including the attendance, the performance, and also the conduct. So by neglecting all these responsibilities, compromises public trust in the education system. And then the impact of teacher absenteeism is often linked to a lack of professionalism. That means the teacher are lacking of professionalism in their in her or himself, which undermines the quality of education. So the effects will be directly the effect will affects the student academic progress and also the emotional well-being. So it can relate to the case that we need the case that I'm presenting now, which is uh, the what happened to the three students that they sued the teachers because uh, the English teachers was absent for 7 months. So it's automatically affect the students' academic progress and also the emotional well-being of the students. Okay, now I'm proceed with Child Act and 2001 and the right to education. So in Malaysia, the Child Act 2001 is a key piece of legislation that protects the right and welfare of children. So this act aligns with the principle of the United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Child (UNCRC), to which Malaysia is a signatory. So under this act, every child has the right to education, protection and development in a safe and nurturing environment. So in the context of the SMK Town Gusi case that happened in Sabah, where a teacher was absent for 7 months, this right was clearly violated. So the student were denied consistent access to formal education instruction, which disrupted their academic growth and emotional well-being. So the teachers due to the teachers' prolonged absence without any replacement or intervention, demonstrate a system failure to uphold the responsibility as outlined in the Child Act. So when the teachers fail to fulfill their professional duty, so this is not just an internal school matter, but it's become the violation of child rights that protected by law. And no one left behind. We have now I know that we have many programs under the governments under the government, which is we have a school, many programs by the KPM. For example, we have school in the hospital, school in prison like Henry Gurney. We have sekolah bimbingan jalinan kasih, and also we have school for disabilities like autism, Down syndrome, and also different disabilities. So this is one of the based on this program, we can say that the governments are very serious in to overcome the problems of um, uh, the problem of the problem of in education, especially when as we refer to UNESCO, worldwide 244 million children and youth are still out of school in terms of the social, economic and cultural reasons. Next, we have second, we have safe environment. So this is very important to protect students from bullying, violence and abuse. Next, we have respect and dignity. All students and teachers are treated fairly and with respect. Next, we have student empowerment, which encourages students to speak up and be active citizens. So when the rights are respected, students feel happy and they are ready to learn. Next, teachers values like justice, freedom, and responsibility. So this is one of the ways in order to build a fair society. Next, this slide, I have taken for this slide. I've taken these pictures and the news from New Straits Times. The title, absent teacher case, students want authorities to be more responsible, and these are the teachers with their counsel during the trial, and they won in a unprecedented suit against their English language teacher for failing to turn up for class for 7 months in 2017. So the former student, the student named Calvina Anggayong, Rusia Sabdarin, and Natasha Alisha Hamali. So they named 5 defendants: the teacher, the school principal, and also the Director General of Education, the Education Minister, and also the government of Malaysia. So the students saw a legal declaration that defendant had breached their statutory duties under the Education Act 1996 by failing to provide English language instruction during the relevant period and fail to adequately prepare the student for their examination. So the court ruled in favor of the student, marking a landmark case for student right and educational accountability in Malaysia. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to state the recommendations, what we can recommend after we have analyzed the case and the problems, also the factors that affect the teachers, that might affect teachers' absenteeism. Okay, so first, from this taken from journal from Salmi Abdul Fattah and Yusuf Bun reported that poor monitoring and lack of enforcement by school management contributed to absenteeism. So what we can recommend, the government or the school can implement real-time teacher attendance system and establish protocols for reporting absenteeism immediately. So for now, we have a few system for teachers like Hermes, and also for my school we are using a punch card system. So and also now teachers, and if let's say I'm having for example, I have for example, if let's say I need to apply for leave, then my colleague will relieve me for the that day schedules. Okay, next, second, we can strengthening professional ethics and accountability. So according to Wahab and Rahman 2021, educators must uphold ethical practices that prioritize student right and learning outcomes. So what we can recommend, we can embed ethics and child right modules into the teacher training and continuous professional development, which is CPD. So next, number 3, support system to address teacher well-being. Okay, so from Noraini Idris et al. 2010 found that the stress and burnout were significant factors behind teacher absenteeism. So what we can recommend, the proposed recommendation is we can introduce mental health resources, workload management strategies, and access to counseling. So these are the 3 recommendations that I can recommend based on my readings, a few journal. After I have read a few journal. Okay. So for the conclusion, I think that the SMK Tahun Gusi case is more than just a story of a teacher who failed to show up. So this is a wake-up call for our entire education system. And based on this case, it revealed the deep impact that once teachers prolonged absence can have effect on the students' learning, emotional well-being, and the trust in the system. So we have seen how this case violates the Malaysian Code of Ethics for Teachers and the Child Act 2001 and the fundamental right to education. It is also this case also reminded us that when the institution fail to act, students may be forced to seek justice themselves, as seen through the brave legal action taken by the 3 students. So this case reinforced an urgent need to reform. So teachers must be held accountable not only by their school but also by the ethical and legal framework that protect the students. So we have to be reminded that education is not just a profession, but it is a duty of care, a moral contract, and a human right. So as for the future educators, for the leaders, and also for the stakeholders, this is our responsibility to ensure that every child in Malaysia receive the quality education that they deserve, one that is inclusive, fair, and protected by ethical practice. So as a teacher, we have to protect the right of the student, and we also uphold the true purpose of education. I think that's all from me. Thank you.